That evening was supposed to be normal, but fate had other plans. I left work earlier than usual, thinking I'd surprise my wife with dinner. We hadn't been connecting much lately, and I thought maybe a quiet night together would help. As I parked outside, I noticed an unfamiliar car in the driveway. My gut twisted, but I tried to stay calm, telling myself it might be nothing. Walking into the house, I heard laughter, her laughter. It was different, lighter, filled with joy I hadn't seen in years. That joy wasn't for me. I froze at the doorway of the living room and saw her sitting close to a man, their hands brushing, his arm lazily resting around her shoulders. My heart sank. I stood silently, watching for a moment longer than I should have. They didn't even notice me at first, too lost in their little world. The sight cut me deeper than words ever could. She was supposed to be my wife, my partner, but in that moment, I was just an outsider in my own home. When I finally spoke, my voice was cold and sharp. "Enjoying yourselves?" Both of them jumped up, startled. Her face drained of color, while he tried to act casual, as if nothing was wrong. The betrayal was clear, but she stammered excuses, words tumbling over each other, desperate to explain away what I had just seen. But explanations meant nothing now. I had spent years trusting her, years giving her my best, only to find out she had given her heart to someone else. The man tried to step forward, pretending to be bold, but I cut him off. "Get out of my house before you regret staying." My tone left no room for argument. He hesitated, glancing at her, as if expecting her to defend him. But she stood frozen, lips trembling, unable to choose between us. Finally, he muttered something under his breath and left quickly, avoiding eye contact. The door slammed, leaving the two of us in a heavy silence that weighed more than words. She tried to speak again, but I didn't let her. "Don't waste your breath," I said firmly. "I've heard enough." I walked past her, straight to the bedroom, where I began pulling out bags. My hands shook, not from weakness, but from the storm raging inside me. As I packed, she followed, begging me to listen, swearing it was a mistake, that she loved me, that it wasn't what it looked like. But love doesn't sneak around behind closed doors. Love doesn't laugh with another man while your husband works himself tired to keep everything afloat. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. My silence was louder than any scream. I gathered my things with steady movements, showing her that my decision was final. She broke down, tears streaming, clinging to me, but I didn't waver. The bond we once had been broken beyond repair. When I finally walked out of the house, I didn't slam the door. I closed it softly, as if sealing away the memories we once shared. She was left standing there, crying, realizing too late the cost of her betrayal. The next day, I took steps she never expected. I filed for divorce, contacted a lawyer, and made sure every detail was handled. I also reached out to the man's family and girlfriend, forwarding them the evidence I had gathered. If he thought he could sneak into my life unnoticed, he was wrong. The fallout was brutal for them both. His relationship ended, his reputation cracked, and my wife, soon-to-be ex-wife, was left alone with nothing but regret. She had gambled with my trust and lost everything in return. As for me, I didn't feel joy, only a heavy kind of peace. Betrayal leaves scars, but it also clears the path forward. I had taken my revenge not with violence, not with rage, but with truth and action. And sometimes, that's the sharpest revenge of all.